Antarctica, home of ice, snow, high mountains, and now thousands of unidentified objects falling from the skies.
These objects are hitting the ice in Antarctica at the same time all of these hot toys are hitting the waitlist. And it is reported these objects look like unidentified cargo ships.
Unidentified cargo ships? Could aliens be taking our hot toys and transporting them back to their home worlds?
Could there be some type of psychological component with all of these reported alien abductions and now all of these waitlisted hot toys?
Could there be a more specific purpose behind these many reported alien abductions?
It is written in many sacred texts from our history that these beings, when they descended from the skies, that they connected with humans and the sacred objects.
What are these beings after in Antarctica? What are these beings looking for with humanity? And why are they interested in our hot toys? So you do have to ask yourself, are aliens in Antarctica right now coming up with some type of covert operation to ensure that with the next Hot Toys Artisan release, that not one single human being gets any of them? There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries Tarrington as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. Alright, are we about to get hit with another Artisan Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi with this head sculpt? You're going to want to stay tuned for my reasoning on why that may be happening very, very quickly. And what about Aquaman? Are we going to get hit with an Artisan Aquaman? We've gotten the villain from the new Aquaman movie. We haven't received Aquaman yet. You're going to want to stay tuned to this episode as I break that down as well. And what about this Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan series? Is this going to be one of the most sought out after grails in the history of Hot Toys? I'm going to break down that for you as well. And how about Moon Knight here, selling for $350, not including the $40 in shipping? Is Moon Knight already an instant grail? And is the same thing happening with Wrecker here, but it's catching up to Crosshair numbers? $629 for sold with only one remaining. We're going to break down a lot of this market stuff, including Padme right here, 13 sold at $350. What a deal. Are you kidding me? And is Crosshair now over $1,000? You can see this one here, $950 that this sold for. Listen, I have got the wizard juice right here. Let's crack this open. See those constellations inside this wizard juice. What knowledge did I just suck down? Let's go ahead and dive into it right now. All right, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, right here at 6 Scale Cantina. Let's go ahead and get right into this. We have a lot to dive into this week for sure. And you see right above me here on this banner, you talk about Luke Skywalker. And that right there looks like a Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. Is it feasible that we would actually get another Artisan Luke while there's an Artisan Luke that is right now on the wait list, but really just came out a few weeks ago? Does that even make sense? And when you think about this, and I cannot wait to get this Artisan Luke from the Dark Empire. It's such a niche release announcement, and I am going to get it no matter how many Artisan Lukes they come out with, and from what. I still need to have this Dark Empire one. I wasn't able to secure a pre-order for this in the queue system. You know that story already. If you follow me here at 6 Scale Cantina, I think there may be a friend in the community that's going to hook me up, and I sure do hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pay buku bucks for this figure, which means a lot of other figures, or some other figures, that I've been budgeting for are going to go on the wayside, because not gonna be able to pass up on an Artisan Luke. But is there an opportunity for an Artisan Luke, another one, right off the bat, on the heels of this? And I say yes. Why? Why do I say yes? Because they're doing stuff like this left and right now is Hot Toys. And as I pull up these things that are coming up on the screen here, I'm going to pull everything up. And right off the bat, they just go ahead and officially release, with the final production photos, this absolutely stunning Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars, General Kenobi. And if you didn't know, this did just hit the waitlist over the last several days. It is waitlisted. And right when they put this out, right at the same darn time that they put this out, they go ahead and give you the same exact head sculpt on a different body with this crazy Obi-Wan Kenobi Mandalorian armor right on the heels of it. So you have to ask yourself, would they do the same thing? If they did it with Obi-Wan, would they do the same darn thing with Luke Skywalker? And this is a no-brainer. They could take this and they can give you a Return of the Jedi version right now. This is limited to 3,500 pieces. Gosh, they could do the same thing at 3,500 with a Return of the Jedi version. They can make it even crazier and limit it to just 2,000 pieces. I think it'd be great if they would limit it to at least as much as we got with the Heath Ledger Artisan Joker at 4,000 or so. Honestly, I think if they limited it to 8,000, it probably would not be enough when it comes to Luke Skywalker. And you talk about Return of the Jedi. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, when you're talking about putting together the breadcrumbs on the trends that Hot Toys is on right now, this makes absolute sense. Are we going to get another Artisan Luke before this year is over? And I say yes. I really, really do. And boy, if they could give us one from the Return of the Jedi. Wow. I would just lose myself. I sure hope that I would be able to get my own copy in the queue system. Would it prevent me then from getting this? Not me. I need this Luke. And sure, I could get the sculpted version, but quite honestly, ladies and gentlemen, and I spoke about this a couple of shows ago, I have all the Luke sculpted versions. Just about. I don't got Luke Trooper. But I don't. I want an artisan. I want the wool-rooted hair. I've got sculpted Lukes all over the darn place. So, with this heat coming out, and being a Star Wars guy, got to get all the artisan Lukes. Don't got to get every artisan, but I got to get every artisan Luke. But honestly, not to contradict myself there, but at least so far, though, I'm getting every single one of these artisans that Hot Toys has unveiled. From the Loki to the Luke, from the Jack Sparrow to the Scarlet Witch, they are just, it's heat. It's heat. So unless they do a character I just don't care about, I'm diving all into these artisan releases. For sure. For sure. And when you talk about Aquaman, and let's go ahead and get right into Aquaman. And here he is up on the screen. Look, give me a reason that they wouldn't put this out. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington Show. Cheers to you. Seriously, think about it. Give me a reason why they wouldn't put this out. Don't forget to smash the like button. And if this is the first time you're watching, go ahead and subscribe. I do appreciate the support. And honestly, if your answer was some type of licensing thing, I can buy that. I don't know. There could be some type of... That could be a legitimate reason. If your reason's going to be, though, that no one's interested in Aquaman, I would have to disagree. Because when you're coming out with 1,500 pieces, and you're coming out with 2,000 pieces, 2,500 pieces, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, it can be any character, and they would sell them out instantly, especially if it looks like this. And when you pull up this picture on the screen, this looks like an artisan. I mean, can you imagine waking up and seeing this? And how many of you would pass on that? I tell you, I would grab this, especially because I got the Gal Gadot artisan, Warner Brothers 100, their first one, if you will, in the display behind me, right above my Christopher Reeve Superman. So this would be a no-brainer for me. And what have I been saying for a couple of years? There's going to be more and more Hot Toys announcements, but less and less production of those announcements. Shoot, you know, those head sculpts of the past released Aquaman are pretty good, but honestly, I think they could do better at this point, and they can give you a sculpted version and a very, very limited artisan version, and within 30 minutes in that queue system, that sucker would just sell out. It has money written all over it. He's got the hair, he's got the look. You've already got the villain that's up on pre-order. Whether they could go ahead and artisan the beard, I don't know. I'm thinking it'll be sculpted, but who knows what Hot Toys. A lot of us were thinking, or I wasn't, but that they weren't going to do short hair. They did it with Luke. Honestly, I think they're going to do everything. I really, really, really do. But ladies and gentlemen, I would buckle up very, very, very quickly for a Aquaman artisan. And honestly, I would buckle up for Loki's brother, an artisan Thor that can pair up with the Loki one. This can pair up great with the Wonder Woman wool-rooted hair one. And they'll probably do another, that probably, they will absolutely do. Absolutely do. Another Gal Gadot artisan Wonder Woman for sure. They just will. Absolutely do that. I think one of the differences will be is that it won't be the Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman, and she won't be in exactly this outfit right here. And this one you can see right here. I mean, just pulling this up onto the screen. How are these artisans doing? And once the dust settles, remember when this first came out? 1,500 pieces. And it was selling for, $600-$700. Okay? $600-$700. Sometimes the high fives. Because a lot of sellers were trying to move this stuff left and right. They were trying to sell it right and left. Trying to capitalize on the rarity, on the exclusivity of this particular piece. And then I went ahead and suggested that once the dust settled and everybody got who really, really wanted this figure, 1,500 of them, for the most part, once the dust settled and everyone has them, that the people, collectors that had these, how many of them would be looking to sell them? And you're not seeing that many of them for sale at all. It is rare, and I suggested the price would skyrocket, and now you're seeing this figure regularly selling for over $1,000. It's an artisan. It has wool-rooted hair, and it is a Warner Brothers 100, and it's limited to 1,500 pieces. You go ahead and do this to Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Oh my goodness. It would be sick and just as valuable. And you have to wonder, are all of these artisans going to go the same route as this Gal Gadot Wonder Woman? And I say, yes. I really, really do. I really, really do. Pause again. Cheers. I need to suck down more knowledge. Absolutely. Stimulating. For sure. All right. Let's continue to go on with more stuff that's going on here. And let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on with Crosshair. And, Crosshair, when you pull up this auction right here, and this is not even an artisan, folks. It's just you can't get it nowhere. $950. 18 bids. Free shipping, but not including taxes. $1,000 for this figure. Let's just go ahead and pull up everything Crosshair and see what comes up here on eBay. Crosshair, Hot Toys. Wow. See one there. Buy it now. $900, $979, $859, $1,300, $1,000, $1,049.99. $1,299.60, $979.99. Absolutely crazy, and not a whole lot. When you you got a few rows and that's it. And there's a lot of collectors out there, and you see the same thing when you put up the everything Gal Gadot for the Warner Brothers 100 wool-rooted hair Wonder Woman. Most collectors want to keep these. Some are looking to move them. But you don't got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 of these up here. Everybody trying to capitalize on that. You just don't. And I think we're kind of getting to that state with a lot of these rare figures in a very mature collectible market right now for these type of collectibles. And with a very volatile global economy to boot, That's just what we're looking at here, for sure. Now, let's go right to Wrecker and pull this up onto the screen. And you're starting to see these things move like crazy with this seller here. We have 3,169 feedback. Last one, 4 sold at $629. Wow, free shipping. Who cares? Let's try to go to a live auction and see how Wrecker is doing that way. And pulling this up onto the screen. And wow, with a day and a half left, an outstanding seller of 100% positive feedback, but only 35 feedback, but still up at $405. Wow. Where was this going to end at? I mean, this is for real, folks. I mean, Wrecker is pushing big bucks. And even if your feedback is a little risky to spend this type of money, this is what you're looking at here with this for sure. And I want to bring this up onto the screen with everything that's going on with all of these rare figures. And this is going to blow your mind when I show you this and pull these commandos up. Let's go ahead and pull up these new commandos. And I'm going to pull up 2 different sellers. Okay? And this is from the Bad Batch. And this is a limited release. TMS 128, the Bad Batch Imperial Commando. This is actually the same seller. Look at this. $385 each, okay? 19 sold, McBabies. There's 2 available left. 19 sold, McBabies. Go get your McNuggets. Dip them in barbecue sauce or honey mustard. And then give some to this Imperial Commando. 19 sold. Let's go to a different seller. Okay? And here's a different one with 5,335 feedback. At $390, 13 sold at $5 higher. I mean, this is what Count Dooku and Director Krennic goes for. Pause. Just drink more Constellations together. Market craziness. And this is just not limited to troopers and exclusive figures, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It's anything that is just not a whole lot. You know, last I checked, I don't think Crosshair and Wrecker was exclusive. And I don't think Moon Knight was. But you can look at this right here at $350. Not including the $40 in shipping, so $390. Not including taxes, going over $400 for Moon Knight? Oof. Man. I mean... And let's go to this Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's look at this Hot Toys Obi-Wan Kenobi everything. And let's talk about where this figure is going to go. Okay? So, this is going to be very, very important for a lot of us collectors to understand. If you want to know what the Dark Jedi, where I think this is going to go, from all the market analysis that I've done, okay, all the breadcrumbs that I put together, and a lot of you know how much I put in to trying to predict this stuff and see where it's going to go. Okay? Is this figure going to stay at these astronomically crazy prices of around $500 as I pull this up onto the screen? And I say no. But then where's it going to go? Is it going to go higher? Or is it going to go lower? And I'm going to tell you right now that this figure is going to double in price. Look. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. From a pretty cool part in the Clone Wars. Okay? But real canon. It was there. And it's Obi-Wan in Mandalorian armor. And Obi-Wan, a Star Wars piece, limited to 2,000 pieces. And what's happening right now is exactly what happened with that Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman. It was selling around $500-600. Everybody was looking to sell it. Okay, your sister was looking to sell it. Your brother was looking to sell it. Your mother was looking to sell it. Your dad was looking to sell it. Your uncle was looking to sell it. This comic shop was going to sell it. This alien was going to sell it. Everyone was going to sell it. But then once the dust settles, and John Doe, collector, gets his Obi-Wan and is like, I'm going to keep this. And Jane Doe, collector, gets her Obi-Wan and Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, and she's like, I'm going to keep these. And Collector XYZ gets his Obi-Wan. And he's like, I'm not moving this. And Collector ABC gets his Obi-Wan and his Gal Gadot Wonder Woman and his Wrecker and his Crosshair, and is like, I'm not going to sell. And that starts to go over and over and over. And go ahead and stem to all the collectors. You're not going to have very many of these at all that are going to be available for sale. They'll be available like Tarkin. They'll be available like Crosshair. They'll be available like that Gal Gadot Artisan Wonder Woman. And then you have to ask yourself, is it really just going to go for $500 for a rare Obi-Wan Kenobi? No. It's going to go for buku bucks. Do I think that right now, if you missed out on this, that if you could grab this for $500, that it's a good deal considering where this is going to go? I say yes. If that's what you want to do, if you want to get this figure, it's not going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. I am telling you right now, it's not going to go down. Right now, it's going to go down a little bit. You see it there. It's just 500, whatever it is, 500, 450. People are trying to sell these right now. People are trying to cash in, baby. They're trying to hit the lottery. Oh, look, I got an Obi-Wan. It's like having Darkside Anakin. It's like having Tarkin. It's like having Yondu. You know, it's awesome. It's yeah. It's like having the Mime Joker DX. Or the regular Joker DX. Or the DX10. Or the DX13. Or the DX04. Yeah, we're all trying to capitalize on that. And then once the capitalization stops, and the people who really want these figures acquire these figures, especially Obi-Wan Kenobi, you could forget about it, baby. This thing's going to go to the moon, and I say that this is a $1,000 piece. Easy. Make sure you smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe if this is the first time you are watching. Now, how about figures like this 000? And figures like that Umbra Trooper? Are they going to go the same way of the Obi-Wan Kenobi? And I say, no, I actually don't. I think these will be worth something. You know, if you look at Arena Suit Fett right now, I mean, you get that around $350. You know, right now there's a lot of hype on a lot of the new stuff, but it's still Boba Fett, but that's going to be around a $350, $400 figure. Do I think at the end of the day that this 000 is going to be, what was the Arena Suit Boba Fett, around $3,000? It's be somewhere around a $350 to $400 figure. I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, the same thing, with some of these other figures like this Umbra, Stormtrooper, $400, $500 maybe with this one. You see right here, 8 sold. 8 sold. 8 sold. 8 sold. Wow. I didn't even know what to say. 8 sold. $515. Is this the cause and effect that happens when you have low supply but high demand, and you put out more and more announcements but less production of those announcements? And I say yes. Yes. It's absolutely crazy. Pulling this back up on the screen. I mean, you talk about this Vader, this base window already. I showed you what's in the beginning of the show, what's happening with Padme. And Mace is going to go the same way. And this Vader, forget about it, from Return of the Jedi. That modern suit, Michael Keaton Batman, oh my goodness, I'm so glad my waitlist converted, will be so hot in the secondary market, will not even be funny. It's absolutely crazy. And what is this all? And this is the antithesis of all the higher production figures. As I pull these up onto the screen, let's pull this up and let's take a look. Here is Fat Thor. One bid at $100 sold, not including $20 in shipping. Is this ever going to happen with the Umbra Trooper? Is this ever going to happen with the Mandalorian Obi-Wan? The General Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi? Is this going to happen with the 000, 000, whatever you call that droid? I mean, the days of the bargain bin are done, except for what's in stock for right now. Pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see right here. Here's another superhero. Captain Marvel. $100. Look, and this had a 35% off. Not even one bid at $35. At $100. With $20 in shipping. You could even get a one bid at $100. And honestly, I believe on Sideshow, this was marked 35% off. And I'll have to go look now to see if that actually sold out at 35% off live while we do this particular show. Let me pull this up on the screen and see what this sold for. And here's a Captain Marvel. And did it sell? Yes. But not even hitting $100 with an outstanding seller, 173 feedback. Oh, 100% positive. $96. And not crazy shipping. I mean, really, really low shipping. $6. And 79 cents. Okay, let's pull up Spider-Man. Because it's Spider-Man. Does anything a spider can. But it's in stock. And nothing is immune. With an outstanding seller at 385 feedback. Oh, 100% positive. $150. What a fantastic price. Not one bid. Not one bid. $8.41 in shipping. Are you kidding me? It's a deal. It's too many of them right now. There's too many of them. And it's the same collectors right now. The same amount of collectors. Sure, new collectors come in, but not at a very rapid pace right now because of this economy, ladies and gentlemen. They don't come in at a very rapid pace right now because of this economy. It's very expensive to collect these toys. And it's very expensive right now for people to pay their electric bill, to pay their gas bill, to pay all of their utilities, to pay their rent, to pay their mortgage, to go ahead and buy food, to go ahead and buy gas, to go ahead and live, to go ahead and buy a 6-pack of beer, for goodness sake, a quart of milk, whatever the heck it is. And there's just not a whole lot coming in, because if there was, this wouldn't be happening right now. But this is what's happening. So what do? Because this kind of stuff is happening, you go ahead and this happens. You do this. You go ahead and just waitlist these things so quickly, because there's only going to be so much you're going to sell. And now you're creating excitement, you're creating demand, and that not only improves collectability for the current collectors, but it does advertise the collectability to collectors that are thinking about coming in. And quite frankly, I think there's a ton, boatload, thousands that want to come into this hobby, but just can't. How many of you right now? I mean, be real honest. Don't try and be a superhero here, or super, channel creator, or I got, this figure, that figure, or I got 800,000 figures, or whatever it is, or a super collector, or super whatever it is. You put on Instagram all your pictures, which is great, but there's also a whole segment of collectors that, how many of you can't buy all of these? I can't buy all of these. Man, how do you think people that are trying to get into this hobby feel? Okay? So they have to make adjustments. And these type of adjustments right here is exactly the answer from these collectible companies on a lot of this stuff. And no figure is immune. No character is immune. That's why when even Darth Vader, no matter what version it is, from the Obi-Wan series, say what you will, from Return of the Jedi, we all know what that is. It doesn't matter. They're going on the wait list, whether it's Darth Vader or a Michael Keaton Batman or a character that you think isn't great, like a Mandalorian R5-D4. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're all going. And then what's the effect? What's the cause and effect? $600 for a DX28 with 19 bids. Outstanding seller, 322 feedback. All 100% positive. And a picture of the shipping box from Hot Toys. Lower supply equals higher demand, especially when you're dealing with a mature market. I think it's a mature market I think it's stuck in a mature phase due to the volatility of the global economy. Because there's not a whole lot of money to dive into it right now. And then I think that this has opportunity to expand and come out of that mature stage. And I believe that will happen. But right now, it's crazy. And honestly, I mean, almost everything. How many exclusives have we gotten? Almost everything is on the wait list. I mean, look at this. As I pull this up onto the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is on the wait list. I mean, there's your Darth Maul. And a lot of you are asking me, Aries, or you want to ask me, I should say, DX16, DX17, is it being hit hard? It's being hit very hard. No matter what version it is, some of them can't even sell with a speeder bike DX17 over $300 right now. So there was a huge, with these 2.0s are having a gigantic, gargantuan effect on the prior releases. They're basically really, really, again, if you think you got a grail and you think it's safe forever because they'll never 2.0 it or 3.0 it or 4.0 it, think again, baby. But it's really, really hurting those figures. I mean, not to the point where it's like $100 or $96 like Captain Marvel. It's still selling, at a regular price, or almost. But it's just, that's what's going on. But look at how much is on the wait list here. As you go down, I mean, look at how many of these. I mean, Clone Wars, I mean, forget about all the new stuff that they're putting out. And half of these exclusives or these artists, they're all going on waitlist. But Obi-Wan is on the waitlist, and Darth Vader is on the waitlist, and Mace is on the waitlist. And, of course, you can still get Rex and the Mandalorian with Grogu. Gosh, you can still get all those figures. But there's so much that have just hit the waitlist. As I go down, Spider-Man black suit, almost gone warning. Bane is gone. I mean, Anakin's gone. Tech is now gone. Tech is gone. Wow. Oh, wow, the regular blurg hit the waitlist? You got to be kidding me. That is crazy. I didn't know that. Wow. Oh, no, the dewback. That's not the blurg. My eyes are going. Let's go to the next page. It's crazy. I mean, there's just so much stuff. You got still a lot of those Ahsoka figures for right now. You could still get them. But then so much stuff just hits the waitlist. That Wolverine. The Imperial Praetorian Guard went on waitlist. Wow. When the heck did that happen? Jeez. The Stormtrooper Commander went on waitlist finally. When did that happen? I didn't know that. 3PO's gone. That one's going for $500-$600. That one's going to go. The Attack of the Clone Ones is not selling, even though that waitlisted. Collectors are not gravitating to that 3PO at all. Selling under retail, well under retail, even though it was waitlisted. This one, waitlisted a little bit late, actually, after the final production photos, and now that it's gone, it's just $500-$600. It's crazy, and I'm looking to get that one and having trouble just finding it for any type of price. And wow, looking at this here as we're going down, so many on the wait list, except for the ones that they produced so many of. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And then I want to get to the page where it shows you Gore hit the wait list. Well, I think we knew that, right? So many are just gone. Oh, wow. Now Cyborg is waitlisted. Both versions. Interesting. Supergirl is still available. That's going to be gone so quickly. Look at these old remnants that are still in there. It's kind of funny. You know, if I just go ahead and click, instead of going through all this while I'm recording it, and click on everything Star Wars, and then it'll be very, very telling, for instance, so we can get to it. Let's go ahead and go to page 2 and start seeing everything that hit the wait list besides what I already showed you. It's like scary. It's scary. Okay, go to page 3. It's just scary on some of these. Luke, R5, Padme, of course that 000, of course Umbra, Reva, Cad Bane, Commander Oppo, 3PO, Battle Droid, Luke, KX Enforcer Droid, Captain Vaughn, Crosshair, Luke, Cobb Vanth. Oh god, I forgot about that figure. Cobb Vanth, Scout Trooper, DX 2021, remember that? Marek, Moff Gideon, Anakin, Artisan. Of course, that one. IG-12. The other IG-12. God, they're both gone. Scout Trooper. Vader Return to the Jedi. 501st gone. The other 501st Legion gone. Obi-Wan gone. ARC Trooper gone. It's crazy. There you have it, folks. Listen, if you like what you watched here today, and you love the intros, you may want to consider joining my channel. First of all, it definitely supports the Dark Jedi. You know how much effort I put into so much of this stuff and my productions as well. So I do appreciate your support if you want to go ahead and join the channel. But listen, all of my fellow ancient action figure theorists that are out there, if you want to join, come check it out. There's a whole new series that I've started, Descending from the Skies, with Reverend Possible. You've seen him in the very beginning of this show and many of my intros over the last couple of months. Come check that out. Is it Ascending from the Sky or Descending from the Sky? Who cares? Anyway, it's pretty cool. Just click on the little join button, see everything that it comes with. And if you do think you could benefit from it, do appreciate your support. And, yeah, come check that out. About to put another Ascending or Descending from the Skies out there for sure. You're also going to hear from Dr. Wonder and, of course, Insider Extras, all the expanded thoughts and heightened analysis. So, with that, I don't always drink the wizard juice. And yes, I'll bring it up because a lot of you asking me, or probably thinking, where's the coffee? It's always right here, baby. I'm always spilling the coffee, and I've spilled so much, I'm kind of treading water in it. But when I do spill it, I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Hey.